Get your water. Time to take a break with Fly Lady. Come on in here. Yep. We got lots to talk about. Well, we don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'm having family fun day. I'm telling you what. I've talked to my nephew 3 times today. My nephew Ben, who is in prison at the Bledsoe County Bledsoe County Correction Institute in Pikeville, Tennessee. This is his number, and he's been writing essays on this number. And he read me one of the essays this morning and had me crying. And so we've been talking about how when you start writing, you never know where it's going to go. You just don't know where it's going to go. And he said, Aunt Marla, all I got to do is just sit down and start to write for 2 minutes, and I've got 5 pages written. And I said, isn't it wonderful? And he said, what do you mean? And I said, when you get stuff down on paper, you can get it out of your head so it's not bothering you anymore. So we've been talking about how Fly Lady started and different essays and building foundations. And, your past is not where you're going. It's not the guide to your future. We deal with our past, and then we can get on with our lives. So listening to him and hearing the different things that he's going through, I said, your mom walked out on you when you were little, when you're 9 or 10 years old. My dad left us when I was 10 years old. Robert's father died when he was 10 years old. So that doesn't have to guide us. All we've got to do is fill the void with the self-love that we need. And so I started preaching about wrong women and how you need to have a woman all the time or a man all the time. And I said it wasn't until I told God that I wasn't going to search, I wasn't going to date anymore. That when it came time for me to find my soulmate, my life partner, I would be ready. And so I set out taking care of me, building the foundations so that I would be the person that would be a great life partner for someone. And Ben was telling me about how he asked God to take the urge for drugs out of his life, and what he heard. And what he heard, he said, it was just as if God was sitting right next to me, Aunt Marla. I've never heard anything like this before. He said, I asked God to take that need for drugs away from me. And lo and behold, I heard, Ben, if you'll work half as hard at taking care of yourself and taking this next path as you did with drugs, you're going to be okay. And he took it at heart. And he started writing about how he had this bossy aunt that sent him the books to study for a GED, and how he scored the top score on his GED, and how he did all this. He didn't know why he did it. We never know why we do something. But as Granny always said, and I told him about things that Granny said, never could do anything. He said, I've heard that one before. And he said, when you say you can't do something, you really don't even want to try. You just don't even want to try. And he said, and trying is lying. So you either got to do it or say, I'm not going to do that. And that's being honest. So we've had some good conversations today. I have not got anything done, but you know, it's Family Fun Day, and I've talked to my sister Dana this morning, and I've talked to Ben 3 times, and you know, it's good. It's good to get out of yourself, get out of your routines, and do something a little different. That's what Family Fun Day is all about. And when I'm talking to Ben, all these guys are hollering, let's get out on the ball field. Let's get out on the ball field. They get to go out and play. So I said, go spend some time playing. Go, throw some baskets or play softball. Whatever it is y'all do it. Anyway, it's been a good day. And how have y'all been doing so far? And I told Ben, every time he calls, he says, what are you doing? I said, I'm working. And he said, what are you doing? And I said, well, you like my hair like this? All I did was this. That's it. That's all I did. I washed it this morning and then I combed it. So I told him that I stay 3 days ahead on the emails going out, but he thought that I planned our videos. He thought that I had a plan for each video. Honey, y'all, I do not have a plan for my videos. I get on here and I start talking. And you never know where it's going to go. I told him the other day that I preached the gospel. Talked about repentance and baptism and finding a church, and I said, I didn't know I was going to say. He said, well, did you warn everybody you were going to talk about Christianity? I said, if they don't know me by now, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't have a clue what I'm going to say. But, I allow the Holy Spirit to work through me, and usually I don't know what, I usually don't know what I'm going to say. And I don't remember what I've said in the past. I have to go back and listen to it. I usually don't go back and listen, but my sister Patty makes me. Sometimes. I don't have a clue. But yeah, I don't know about this hair. Yesterday it looked awful, and today it's doing well. And I am blessed to have good hair today. I am blessed to have good hair today. And thank you for noticing. But we never know. Did I ever expect to sit here and talk to all of y'all? No. Never expected to sit here and talk to all of y'all. No clue. And I've been doing this for 20 years, and it seems like yesterday. And my friend Max just logged in. He was an old friend from many, many years ago. Hey, Max. So, folks, take some time today to think about what you're doing and how it touches other people around you. You have no clue if what you're doing today, you just don't know. I mean, I never dreamed I would be Fly Lady, ever in a million years. If you had told me I'd be mentoring 1 million people around the world, in every country in the world, I would have said, huh? My mouth would have hung open. But that's what happens. With the beauty of the internet, you can touch other people's lives. And you don't even know it. You can touch it for good, or you can touch it for bad. But you can touch other people's lives. I was talking to Ben about it, and he was saying, we talk about this in our classes. And he teaches a class helping people in recovery. He said, we don't know how our crime that put us in prison has hurt somebody else and has hurt other people down the road. So we have to sit back and we have to make amends to the ones that we know we've hurt. Well, you might be doing things wonderful for people and you don't even know you're doing them. You don't even have a clue that you're doing them. I don't know who I'm helping. I know there's some of you here, but I don't know who's going to pick it up on YouTube or who's going to see it on Facebook. I don't know. I don't have that knowledge, but I do know that if I step out of myself and write books, The Chaos Cure, my other 3 books, when I step out of myself, if I'd not stepped out of me and written things down, then it wouldn't be out there to help others. And you just never know who's going to pick up your book, who's going to see a post on Facebook, who's going to see an Instagram post or a Twitter post or YouTube. I mean, Ben talked to the wife of one of the people he's in prison with, and she had tried to send an email and something wasn't working on her website, and he gave me her email address, and I sent her a message. I said, Ben didn't even tell me your name, but here's how to get in touch with me, flylady@flylady.net, and somebody will write you back usually. So folks, you never know who you're going to touch or who's going to touch you. And when we keep everything inside, we're not allowing our spirit to bless others. Now, sometimes if you got a big mouth and you're mad about something, you may need to zip it. You may need to zip it. But sometimes you have to be firm with folks. I was firm with Ben about 5 years ago. I said, Ben, you need to get your GED. I mean, he got thrown out of school for drugs. So he studied and he got it done. He got it done. And now he has the ability to help others, and he's certified to help others. So that ripple effect can change people's lives. It can change your life. I mean, all of you know how we work things around. We establish habits, we string them into routines, and those routines change our lives. We are building foundations for what's next. Foundations for what's next. That was going to be the name of a book I was going to write one time. What's next? You don't know what's next. But all you do, you keep putting one foot in front of the other. Those baby steps. We wrote this book a couple years ago. We put this book together from things that I've written. It's 31 baby steps. It's a great book for getting started. The Chaos Cure is a great book for motivating you with little things, just little things. It's written in short little snippets. I mean, Ben was he said, how do you write a book? And I said, Ben, you just start writing. He said, well, what about the order? And I said, it doesn't have to be in order. That's not your job. Your job is to write, and the editor's job, which they're good at, is to put it into some order. So you never know what your job is. But what you have to do is to get it out of you to bless someone else. There's a bird outside my window. He's agreeing with me. Hear it? There it is. Birds are around. He's a happy bird. I wonder what kind of bird it is. I think it's a little pine siskin. I haven't heard my rufous-sided towhee yet. When I hear that, that's when I send out a certain essay. I hear you, Tweety Bird. Yeah, isn't it beautiful? Spring's around the corner. I love it. I love it. That's kind of like, flowers are God's giggles and smiles. The birds are God saying, yay. So everybody, have some family fun time, even if you're just talking to them on the phone. Even if you're just, pick up the phone and call them. My sister picked up the phone and called me. My nephew called me 3 times today. Spring is coming. So reach out. You saw your towies today. Yay! 33 days away. I love it. So folks, have a good day. What's for dinner? Y'all know what's for dinner? I don't know what's for dinner around here yet. I hadn't quite decided. We had pizza last night. It's Friday night. Pizza's always good on Friday night. You know, if you've tried Fly Lady before and you've gone away, I've always told you I'll still be here. And even if I'm not here, if the good Lord takes me home, there's enough of my stuff out there and on our website and in our books that you can make a change in your life. You really can. So my goal from the very first day of starting Fly Lady, when we built our website, what I told Michael was just make me perpetual so that after I'm dead and gone, there'll be something there to help people. And you know, we've done that. We have done that. So folks, have a good day. I might see you tomorrow. And, you know, enjoy this time together with your family. And you're going to be so surprised at how you plant those seeds. That's what I was talking to my niece Jessica about this week. She's the only person in her class of real estate agents that survived so far. And she told me yesterday she thought she'd sold 2 more houses. And you just got to keep planting seeds. My sister Patty taught me that. Her mother taught me that. You keep planting seeds. And those seeds, you may go away, but you're going to remember that you had some success with Fly Lady. And when you do not pile on, then you are going to be so much better off. Because the reason we crash and burn a lot of times is because we pile on. And we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that to ourselves. Let's establish simple habits, string them into routines, and change our life. Change the purpose for our life. With these good foundations, you're going to be ready for whatever happens. I think it's a 16-ounce bottle of olive oil. It's a pretty good sized bottle of olive oil, whoever asked that. So I will see you later. That was a comment there about what size olive oil bottle we get. And they're pretty tall. They're about like this and they're square. Okay, folks. Spend some quiet time tomorrow. Renew your spirit. And go back and watch this again. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. I got my magic wand.